Hello, welcome back. We're back with what started this channel to begin with. Invalid pride flags, the bane of my fucking existence, it seems. I'm going to continue based off of the flags I rated in my first video, but this time I'll be adding my own. Now, I want to preference, I found most, if not all of these off of Pinterest, so some of these may or may not be jokes or something, but it's not like I give a fuck. I'm still gonna rank them anyway because why not? But I do have a criteria, if you want to call it that. The only thing in that criteria is that it has to have a solid meaning / definition, or else I can't include it. I guess another one would be trying not to include too many xenogenders or neogenders in here, because I know some people do think those are valid, so I'm not trying to offend anyone who may use xenogenders and stuff. The rankings for these are going to be the same and work the same as my first video. I'm only ranking these based off of their designs and not their meanings, because I'm totally 100% sure that I'm a professional artist. Enough yapping for now though, let's get into it. And have bleach on standby because some of these are really cursed and weird. So these ones could be considered the same thing, but I'll only be ranking one of them because there's a few of these, and the only difference I can see are the colors. What am I talking about? Cosang. Specifically for this list, sister cosang. Cosang, according to the Urban Dictionary, is someone who is, I don't know how to say that, meaning you're into sibcest, twincest, cousincest, uncest, brocest, basically anything illegal. Basically, if you're into weird family incest, you fall under this umbrella. You know, if you're for some reason into that. So you could imagine how weird sister cosang is. That's not the only flag. Father-son cosang, father-daughter cosang, cousin cosang, and plenty more that I don't even want to mention. But I'll just focus on sister cosang. The flag for the most part is fine, I guess. Only thing that ruins it is the rose or flower in the middle, which is probably a symbol for something, but I don't know. I guess I'll put in a B tier since it's not that bad. Stock image businessman gender. I don't even know what to say, and I'm 100% sure this one may be a joke, but I don't really care. It's just beautiful in my opinion. A tier just because it's really funny to me. Sigma vocal stem. Oh boy. A gender related to saying, oh god, what does sigma as a vocal stem? I want to jump off a bridge after saying that. Now they did say this was partially a joke, but I still wanted to put it in anyway, you know, because brain rot totally is a cringe. B tier for the designs and colors, I guess. Paraphilia, I don't think I said that right. A paralabel where you are attracted to people with mental disorders. Okay, so I get people have their attractions or whatever, but it's definitely a little messed up to just be attracted to someone because they have a mental disorder. Understand, I'm only saying that because I feel like it's weird. Obviously, you can do whatever, but at some point, it just gets weird. I guess I'll give the flag a B tier because of the colors. Player sexual. This one's an eyesore. Just by looking at it, I already know that. A sexual orientation where a romanceable video game character will always find the playable character attractive, regardless of gender or any other characteristics, simply because they are the playable character. And it's for video game characters only. I mean, if you love being the main character, then this is perfect for you. Though I definitely wouldn't say you need a flag for this, because you don't. On top of that, there's just too many colors on the flag, and the random yellow arrow in the middle doesn't help either. I'll put it in D tier. Creature romantic. Being romantically attracted towards characters that you create. Literature / writing, visual arts, etc. Again, I don't see a problem with that. The flag just isn't needed. You can enjoy being romantically involved with your OCs or something, if I explained that correctly, but it just really doesn't need a flag. It is kind of pretty though, so I'll put it in B tier. Lolicon. A few of you probably already know what this is. Lolicon is a genre of fictional media which focuses on young or young-looking girl characters, particularly in a sexually suggestive or erotic manner. At first, I didn't know what this was. Now that I do, I can definitely say that it's really fucked up. Just because they're an adult, that doesn't mean it's weird that you're only attracted to said person because they look like a young girl, basically looking like a minor. It's fucked up no matter how much you look at it. The flag is pretty though, so it's an A tier for me. Also, I found this picture and thought it was really funny yet really stupid. Piss King. That's obviously pretty self-explanatory. But hey, if you like piss, you do you. I don't give a shit what you're into as long as it isn't illegal. I don't know. I guess I'll put it in a C tier. Autopedophilia. The attraction to oneself in the form of a prepubescent child. Basically self-cess and pedophilia smashed into one flag. Basically 2 levels of fucked up. You can have your kinks and shit, but please don't ever be this, unless you want me to call the police on your freaky ass. B tier only because I don't like the way the colors clash together in the flag. And speaking of self-cessed, the actual flag. Attracted to yourself, pretty sure it's obvious. One question though. Why would you be attracted to yourself? I don't know, maybe you think you're too hot to be with someone else and you can only love yourself? I don't know. I guess a B tier only because the colors are pleasing. RCTA. Yeah, there's a flag for it. If you don't know what it is, I believe the acronym stands for race change to another, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Changing your race from whatever you may be now to something else that you aren't. Like, I don't know. If you haven't heard of her, that lady that went from white to black, yeah, it's basically that. It's messed up for a ton of reasons, and not only because you can't change your race. Now, I'm not going to get into it, and that might be something for a separate video. For the flag, I guess a C tier. Not bad, not good. Vorophilia paraphilic disorder. A type of paraphilic disorder where one is attracted to being eaten whole, eating others whole, and or watching others be consumed whole, and is distressed by this attraction. Now, like I said before, you can be into whatever, I don't care. I hate when people go around on the internet and see something weird, like Vor in this example, and say things like, oh, this is disgusting, this is cringe, go get some help. Like, if it has nothing to do with you, why are you watching it or looking at it? You can find it disgusting, but you don't have to purposely look for stuff like that just to hate on it. It's a kink. What did you expect? Everyone has a kink, and you can't convince me otherwise. If it isn't illegal, then just let those people have their kinks and shit. It's not that serious. You just look stupid doing that. I guess for the design, I'll give it a C tier. Liquid pride flag. Fetish pride flag for all those people who love to include liquids in their sex life. You do you. Not gonna get too deep into this one for obvious reasons. I guess it's a C tier for me. Cartilagenophilia. I don't know if I said that right. The attraction to bones and skeletons. Obviously, it's weird and that's to be expected with a lot of these, but again, it's whatever you like. I don't really care as long as it's not illegal or hurting anyone. I'll give it an A tier for the design. I actually like the colors in it, but the skull kinda ruins it. Transpan incest. A trans ID such trans harm term for those who feel like they should have experienced / should be experiencing types of incest, aka sexual, emotional, etc. Again, not okay. You should never feel like you should have experienced a type of incest. incest of any kind is gross, no matter how the fuck you see it. It's just messed up people make shit like this for things that really shouldn't be said. That's like saying you wish were a victim of something terrible. Why would you wish for that? Like, I don't understand the motivation unless they have like a small mental issue or something. But other than that, I don't understand. Wait, no, even then, I feel like that's not okay. But I guess I'll put the flag in a D tier. It's just all over the place with the design, to be honest. Gender not to file. For any apto individual who feels that their gender is related to minor attraction. Can include aptogender and minor attraction to paraphilias. Wait, no, I said that wrong. Minor attraction paraphilias, but not necessarily. Just go to jail. Don't make me do the process of calling police. Just go to jail if you feel like you relate to this. I'm sorry, but when it comes to something like this, there's no way I'm defending your ass. It's just upsetting. Unfortunately, I do like the design of the flag, so I'm gonna put in an A tier. But the meaning behind it is totally fucked up. Trans SCX somnia. Definitely gotta censor myself a little with this one. This is a term for those who feel like they should have SCX somnia, a condition in which one engages in sexual acts in their sleep. It just doesn't need a flag. I do like the design and the soft colors, so I'll give it an S tier. I mean, that's something you can do, I guess, but I don't really think the flag is necessary. Medikid, a trans-age and trans-able term for when one feels like such identifies as a chronically ill child who's bedridden in a hospital. Yep, this is definitely fucked up. You can't just say that you feel like a chronically ill child. It's not a positive thing. I don't understand how people create these flags and act like they're normal. Now, I know some people have slight mental issues, but that is no excuse to creating a flag like this. It's just offensive to kids who are actually chronically ill and wish they weren't. When will these people learn right from wrong? The only positive thing I can say is that the flag is nice. I'll give it an A tier for the design, and I really like the colors, but just the meaning overall is disgusting. DI drug addict, identifying with or wanting to have a drug addiction or be a drug addict. I don't even have to say why this one's messed up. It's just not something you should want or need to have. It's strange, and I will absolutely never understand why people can somehow identify with any of these flags. Having a drug addiction is never a good thing, and I don't know why this flag in particular makes it seem like it is, or makes it seem like it's something people would want to have. Like, I don't understand that at all, and I hate that it even exists. I'll give it a D tier. The colors don't blend well for me. Capnologia. It's a attraction to cigarettes and cigars or just smoking in general. I don't know why someone would have an attraction to that. I mean, like I kept saying before, you do you, but it's kind of strange to have an attraction to cigarettes, if I'm being honest. I like the colors, so I'll give it a B tier. Autoaptophilia. There isn't a clear definition for this because the original post was deleted, but someone did clarify what it was. Apparently, it's a grooming fetish, so it's just straight up illegal. I don't even know why or how people can get into stuff like this. It's just strange to me. I don't understand how they don't see anything wrong with the stuff they're making flags out of. Like, I'm being so serious. The past flags I've rated in my first video, and the ones I'm even rating in this video right now, I don't understand how people make them. and think that they're just the most normal things ever and that a whole bunch of people will feel connected to it. How do you feel connected to that? And I'm being so serious. How do you feel connected to that? Like, it's so weird. You need help if you're ever into a grooming fetish. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. If you ever feel like you have a grooming fetish, you need to call someone and go get help. And this is so serious. I don't even like the flag design. I'm just gonna give it an F tier. SC Blade TN, I think that's how you say it. And bear with me because this one may be a little confusing. I'm feeling as if you were meant to have different non-binary siblings than who you have now. Feeling as if you were meant to have more non-binary siblings than you have now. Or feeling as if you were meant to have less non-binary siblings than you have now. If that confused you, don't worry, that confused me too. I don't know, it's just weird. I mean, like, why would you wish to have a non-binary sibling? Like, if they want to be non-binary, let them be non-binary. I don't think that's something you have to wish for. For the flag, the colors are nice, so I'll give it a B tier. Kit handicap. A trans-able label for someone who is a kitten gender / kittenkin and desires to acquire a physical disability, or to a physically able-bodied kitten gender / kittenkin person who internally feels as if they should have a disability without necessarily desiring to become physically disabled. Another confusing one I see. And this one has like 3 different flags, but they all use the same color, so I'm just gonna go off of that. The brown in the middle kind of ruins it, so I'll put in a D tier. Para holder. A term where one hoards or collects multiple paraphilias or considers the number of paraphilias one has a hoard of or of election. The reason one hoards paraphilias may differ from person to person. So I'm not exactly clear on what exactly paraphilias are, other than they may just be like fetishes or something. I might be wrong though, you can correct me in the comments if you want to. I don't really understand it that much. The flag is nice though, so I'll give it an A tier. Cyber-able. A trans-abled identity whereby one desires to have one or more parts of one's body replaced with cybernetic / robotic parts. And you can have that. The flag just isn't needed. That's kind of the case for a whole bunch of these that aren't like really strange or illegal. The flag just isn't necessary. And on top of that, it's really ugly, so F tier. Alright, last one. Glorious. I probably sounded weird saying that. This is a trans-able label referring to the desire to acquire multiple physical disabilities. A physically disabled or non-disabled individual who internally feel multiple disabilities or feel they should have multiple physical disabilities without necessarily transitioning to acquire multiple physical disabilities, and a physically disabled or non-disabled individual who transition to acquire multiple disabilities due to dysphoria or euphoria. If you're confused, I slightly am too, but don't worry, it doesn't make that much sense to me either. I will never understand the people that make this type of stuff. It's just screwed up and hella offensive. You should never wish to have a disability because it's not a quirky thing. Some disabilities that people have ruined their lives. Like that one lady who made herself blind on purpose because she said she felt better that way or something. I just don't get why some people think that having a disability, a mental disability, more so than a physical disability in the sense I'm explaining it. I don't know how it even started, but people on TikTok used to fake mental disorders because they thought it was fun and quirky. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen back in 2020. And so is this flag. I give the flag design a C tier. It's not my favorite and not really that pleasant to look at. And we've made it to the end. Wow. I don't even know why these exist or why I keep torturing myself with their existence. It's all for the content, I guess. Moral of the story? Don't make stupid offensive flags thinking it's completely normal because it's not. I don't know if I even want to do a part 3 because these are insane. Maybe if I feel like it and if people want to recommend flags for me to look at, I'll do it. Hell, you can even make your own. Just if you do end up doing that, don't make it something offensive or something that's just straight up illegal. Uh, yeah, that's enough for me. Goodbye.